Welcome to Time for Health. I'm your host, Rachel Fall, and we're very glad you're here. Every time we get together, we talk about some kind of awesome health and wellness topic, and today we're going to talk about gardening, kind of how to wrap up your garden. We did an episode earlier about starting a garden, and now it's kind of getting to be the time of year where we're wrapping up our garden. So our guest today is LaFountaine from the OSU Extension Master Gardener program. I think being a master gardener is an awesome title, by the way. I think that's really cool. So thank you for being here.
Well, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So in the spring, I interviewed one of your colleagues about how to start a garden, or how to, if you already had a garden, how to get it started. So now we're kind of, as we're taping this, it's the fall, and so we're looking all to wrap up gardens. So I'm also asking personally, because I have a garden at home, and I'm kind of like, what do we do now? So what are some things we do to wrap up our garden in the fall?
Okay, usually you start with the frost, but I've seen people doing it now when the weather's nice. So you want to clean out your garden, and if there's plants that have been diseased, you want to get rid of those.
Okay.
But the other ones you can throw in your compost pile.
Okay.
That'll help. This might be a good time to have your soil tested, because maybe your plants didn't do so well and you're wondering why. It could be you need something, an amendment to your soil. So that would help. You want to mix some leaves in the soil. That helps to put air in there and also stir it up a little bit. You want to put compost or mulch on the top. That'll kind of protect it. Like I said, you want to have that soil tested. If there are perennials, there are some of your, well, that would be your flowers. You would cut them down to the ground and cover them with a mulch and water them until about Thanksgiving. You may not.
And perennials are the ones that
come
back every year.
Come
okay.
up
so
every
cut
year.
them all the way down.
Cut them all the way down.
Put some mulch.
Unless you have hostas, and the deer will come and eat those.
Okay.
Faithfully, they will. So you cut them down, cover them with a mulch, and then water until about Thanksgiving time.
Okay.
You may not think that's necessary, but it is.
But you're the master gardener.
Well,
we're going to listen to you.
Well, we have a lot of different opinions and what works for you, but that always works for me.
Okay.
Okay. So that's vegetables. I would suggest that you keep a little ledger, a little booklet, a journal, because you're not going to remember next year, oh gosh, those onions didn't do very well. I don't want to plant them again. Gotcha. So keep a little journal of what works, what didn't work. Maybe take pictures, because you're going to want to rotate your vegetables, just like you rotate your farm, your corn and your soybeans.
I do always have to have my husband draw a map of the garden.
Very good.
Because before anything comes up, I'm like, I don't know what that is.
Exactly, exactly. So take a picture, draw a little sketch,
So you rotate. You don't necessarily always want to plant your cucumbers in the same place. Okay.
Right. And when I was growing up, the field behind us was corn. Every year it was corn, and now they rotate.
You gotcha.
Back then they didn't.
Okay.
With the flowers, this would be a good time to weed out your flowers, because it's pretty easy to do it now. You want to get all those weeds out. You're going to want to mulch the perennials. Again, cut them down. I'm leaving here and going to Shadell's and working in the perennial gardens, and that's what we're doing. We're cutting down and weeding out, taking care of all those perennials that are going to come up next year.
Okay.
So, and again, you want to water them. It's very important to water them. The soil should be tested. You don't have to do that every year, but if you're not having good luck, maybe that's it. Maybe your soil needs something. So have that soil tested. It doesn't cost very much, but it's a wealth of information for you.
Are there kits that you do it, or do we call somebody?
There's and I don't think they have it in this area anymore. I thought it had closed, but you can get that online, or you can call us. The Sandusky, Ottawa County Master Gardeners. There's one in Fremont and there's one in Oak Harbor. You can call the extension office and they can give you the number or the place to have that done.
Annual flowers? You just
Annual flowers, you want to pull them out because they aren't going to come up
They're not
next
coming
year.
back.
No way are they going to come up.
Okay.
So yeah, you want to pull those out, and again, if there's any diseased ones, you want to pitch them, put them in the burn barrel or in your garbage, and the good ones put in your compost pile because that's going to be good for you.
Okay.
You want to dig up the tropical bulbs like cannas because they're just going to turn to mush over the winter. So you dig those up and put them in a container, a plastic container or a cardboard box, and you put a layer of bulbs. Clean them off first. Put them a layer, newspaper, another layer, and put them in a basement. My garage is heated, so I put them in my garage, and then they're all ready for next year. And a tip about digging them up is have a pitchfork, and you get underneath, and you dig them up, and all the soil falls off.
Through the pitchfork.
So, and I learned that at Chanel's.
That's pretty smart.
Yeah, it is pretty smart. Yeah, instead of a shovel, and then
Yeah,
you're
you gotta-
shaking everything. Oh, and then you clean out the annuals because obviously they are not going to come up next year. A very important thing is your tools. You want to clean your tools, because they're full of mud and
Yeah. And if something was diseased, like you said, that you've been
yeah.
digging at or whatever.
So
yeah.
clean off your tools. You might want to sharpen them
Okay.
because like your
Yeah, they get dull.
you want those to be sharp. You can put a little oil on it and just vegetable oil, any kind of a
On
little
your
oil.
tools? On your clippers and stuff?
On the blades.
Yeah.
On the blades,
Okay.
yeah. And then store them in a warm, not a warm place, but a covered space so they won't get rain or snow on them. And they'll be good to go next year, and you'll be happy that you took the time to do it. Keep a journal. Did I say that in the
You
beginning?
did, and that's what I
Yes.
wanted to get back to. Is that's kind of one of the places you want to start before you take anything out. Is
Yeah.
draw that diagram, take that picture,
Yeah.
write down the
But
journal.
you may have that journal starting in the spring, and and you may not think it's important, but you will not remember.
Yeah, it's true.
You will not remember, and I always like to get a cute journal, so that it's there and you see it. Put it on your coffee table.
Right.
People can look at it and see what you did or didn't do, but it's very beneficial next year to what you're going to do or what you're not going to do.
Gotcha. What are there things that you start in the fall? Like, can you plant perennials like in the spring and the fall?
There are
or-
some bulbs, and they're in your big box stores. They're in your flower
Centers and
flower
everywhere.
stores. Yeah, flower centers. They are there to plant in the fall. Yes,
Okay.
there are some. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That seems kind of counterintuitive that you would
I
plant
know
it
it.
before it gets cold.
I know
but
it. Some people have a fall garden. It may be too late right now to do that.
To do
but
that, yeah.
There's certain vegetables that will come up that take a short time, and you can plant in the fall.
What are are there any vegetables you would leave in your garden that do better in cold weather, like lettuce? Does lettuce do better?
Lettuce is real quick, like broccoli.
Okay.
The potatoes are still going to be there. Yeah.
Yeah, because not everything's done.
Right,
By all
right,
means. But yeah,
right.
a lot of your tomatoes and all that kind of stuff,
Yeah, that's
cucumbers
done.
are all done.
Right.
Okay. So there could be things that you would plant in the fall.
Right. But it's too late right now. Usually, like September,
Okay.
early September. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So when we start, take the picture, write things down. Annuals, weed, pull out.
Right.
If they're good, compost. If they're not,
Bad, pitch 'em.
pitch them.
Right.
Perennials, trim, just chop them all the way
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's okay. I'm just thinking of things in our along the side of our house. I'm like, I'm not sure we've done that. So good to know. And vegetables, same thing. If
Right.
it's good,
Yeah.
compost it. If not,
And the starting point is usually after that first frost, but I've seen people doing it.
now because we haven't had a frost. I mean, it's gotten chilly, but we
Not-
haven't had a frost yet.
No, I
Yeah.
don't think so.
Yeah.
When your cannas turn brown, that you had a frost the night before.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
good to know.
Yeah.
Any other things about wrapping up a flower garden or a vegetable garden or anything like that? We've hit the high points.
We've hit the high points, and if you do have a question, please give us a call.
Absolutely.
And we will help you. I'm only in the office on Mondays, but they will forward the
Connect
message
you
to me.
with
Yes, they will
somebody,
forward
yeah.
it to me. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you for this.
Yes.
And do you guys do programs for groups as well?
Yes, we
Education
do.
programs for
Yes,
groups?
we do.
Okay,
Yes.
awesome. That's good to know. Thank you
Yes.
for being on here.
Well, thank you for having me.
And originally I thought about the garden topic last spring because of vegetables. And vegetables, we all need to eat more vegetables.
Right.
But there is also something about gardening that is good for your health.
Oh, it's very
Being outside
therapeutic.
in the fresh air, digging in the dirt,
And
creating something.
With the way that our economy is going, we are finding more and more people are wanting to learn how to garden.
Yes, you are 100% right about that. Thank you
Yeah.
very much for being here.
Yes, thank you.
All right, so hopefully you've learned something about if you have a little garden or a little pot with some flowers or vegetables or something in it, how to take care of those and get them all tucked in for the winter. So again, as I always say, use the information yourself, share it with somebody you know, and until we meet again, I encourage you to make time for health.